everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mom Talk here in Homeschooling Philippines. My name is Nida, a homeschooling mom to my grade 12 son, and we only have 1 month of vacation, no, and next month, and it's another school year for us. So before we begin to rumble, sabi nga nila, join us as we talk with our guest today. She is a dentist by profession, a co-author of marriage book Keeping the Love Alive, co-founder of Woman of Fourth Retreats, the gorgeous better half of Brother Arun Gogna, a speaker, a worship leader, and most importantly, a joyful mom. Please welcome mga ka-homeschool, Miss Lallaine Gogna. Hello, Mommy Lallaine.
Hello, Coach Nida. Hello, Mom Talk, Homeschooling Philippines. Good day to everybody.
So, Mommy, what's keeping you busy nowadays dahil bakasyon pa, mga bagets?
Oo nga, nako. Summer vacation is keeping me busy. 'Di ba meron tayong things that we postpone over, 'di ba? Because of nakatutok tayo sa mga bata over the school year. But thank God, nakaka-general cleaning, nasasamahan ng mga magulang, 'di ba? Nakaka-me time. So, ayan. Pero as you said sa intro mo, Teacher Nida, 1 more month na lang.
Yes,
It's exciting. It's another school year, di ba? Always,
that's right.
hmm, always a chance for us to be better at what we do.
Correct, correct. I agree with you. Pero Mommy, you have been homeschooling for how many years na ba?
This will be our fourth year. Fourth year na. Fourth year. So
Okay.
super not an expert, not like you so talagang I still watch you and learn from all of you, my coaches. Kaya Coach Nida ang tawag ko. Coach Nida.
But we learn from each other, no, from other parents as well. Pero Mami Laline, can you recall how you prepared during your first year in homeschool 4 years ago? Ano ang preparation nyo during that year?
Super clueless ako noon, no? So, the major preparation I did really was to really ask around. It was very valuable to me that I had mentors whom I could easily Facebook Messenger with, chat with, and see if it's really the right decision, number one. And number two, how will I go about it? So it was really a lot of talk, no, and a lot of discussion also with my husband, no, kasi it was really unknown territory for both of us. He was a teacher, I was also a teacher in the academe, kaya parang ay paano kaya to, iba yung teaching the kids, 'di ba? So but the transition was um it was rather ano talaga by God's grace. Teacher Nida, it was smooth kasi I had a lot of help, no, a lot of help. And I would say that even if it was difficult, the benefits that I experienced, no, the reward sort of time, quality time with the kids, not much pressure, the freedom that you ano, the unschooling, di ba? Homeschooling is like you're not, it's schooling in a different setup. So it was an adventure that I will never ever trade for anything else, no, kahit na nga may mga hiccups, no. May confidence hiccups ako nung start, kala mo sige sige pero ay di pala, but then you learn along the way, and thank God for, yeah, people like you here in our school who really are very very helpful. So yon.
I agree with you, Mommy. No, a lot of homeschooling parents would gladly help us. No, ako din, I remember when it was my first time to homeschool my son. Um, a lot of parents would help me even if they are strangers, no, so
Right.
it's good that you do have a homeschooling community as well, no, to push you so that you can finish the race, parang ganon, no.
Yes, yes, yes.
And are there any differences on how you prepare for this coming school year as compared when you were starting out? You mentioned you were clueless syempre nung first time pa lang, no, pero ngayon after 4 years, any differences on how you prepare?
Oh yes, yes. I remember telling my then coach, kasi I was in grade school then, no, not yet with you, junior high school, but when I was parang into the fourth quarter of our first year ever to homeschool, I remember telling Trisha, Trisha, it's like I'm getting the rhythm of this fourth quarter na. And so I should say that into the fourth year, I think that, kahit papano, there's a difference in the sense that you already know what to look out for, what you will prioritize, no, in terms of scheduling, in terms of your planning, no. What remains unknown is how the kids will be. Of course, you will, because they are morphing, di ba? Teacher Nida, you know how the teen years, no, both in puberty.
Yes.
So Johan will be in grade 6, my boy, my son, and our daughter will be in grade 8. And so there are a lot of labels for this time of their lives. There's teen years, no? And so that one we navigate day by day, season by season in their teen life. But praise God, the priorities, alam mo na, the scheduling yun nga, and how you will set the sort of the week. I can already say that this worked last time, so maybe it will work also now. But as I said, it will always be, kasi ang grace ng homeschooling, sis, it's so flexible to all the parents out there who are really don't want to be boxed. No, this is really the right place for you to be, kasi it's flexible. It's not like you sleep at this time and you study at this time and you keep these hours, and you that's the beauty of it. It's really the freedom that we love. So in terms of differences, Nida, this is really what I know. You know already what to prioritize. The mornings will be like this. What will you set? And you know how to evaluate. That's also one thing, no? The things that were wrong last time, you can now evaluate, maybe more diligently, more. I should say that, there's a lot of things that I did during the first year that were hit and miss, but as the time goes, as the years go by, you know what to really focus on. Yan.
Tama, no, as you go along, it gets easier, no? I remember then when it was my first time to homeschool, para akong terror mom, terror teacher,
Oh, totoo,
'di
totoo.
ba? Oo,
Oo.
because yung thinking mo is from traditional into homeschooling. So nabibit-bit mo 'yon. So nabanggit mo kanina yung unschooling, no? We have to learn a lot talaga, no? Not only yung nabanggit mo rin na planning or scheduling, but also getting to know your child. Ano ba yung kanilang learning style, 'di ba?
Yes, yes.
And do you have
Actually,
any
yes, yes.
I'm sorry. Do
Parang,
you have any special tradition in place that you do every year, parang to celebrate the start of a new school year or just something to mark the end of the old and start of the new? Ako kasi, mahilig ako sa picture. So what I
ah,
do, I will ask my child doon sa harap ng bahay and then pipicturean ko siya. Kayo, do you have any special tradition ba?
oh, ang ganda naman nun. I remember during the first year that we homeschooled, we would open the year with writing our mission statement, di ba? Our life mission as a family. What are our goals for this year? I should say that that's a very enriching experience, and we have kept that through the years, no? Kahit hindi na yung that format that we have, but we sit down after the anointing, family day of anointing, and then we still talk about it, and then we bless one another. We just have a time together, and we set our expectations, no? What will this year be? Um, Sometimes kasi ito parang I found this summer, parang ang tagal ng summer vacation. Naramdaman mo ba yun? Parang
Yes.
tagal, parang ang tagal ngayon. Pero it's also, I find that it was also a good time for them yung ganyan, to relax. Kasi
Ah,
this was definitely an extraordinary year. I mean, staying at home, and knowing classmates on Zoom. Sobrang it took its toll also, I should say, to our kids, on our kids, no? So, but what was so was ito nga, looking forward, parang minsan excited na rin sila, sis, when their books arrived.
Yes.
And they saw those books got delivered. Oh, it's cool. Nagulat ako ha, na parang, it's cool already. Ay, natutuwa naman ako doon kahit pa paano. They're excited na rin, no? Kahit yun.
I remember yung excitement na yan, no? When my son was in traditional school, sinusundo ko siya not because I need to. However, kaya ko siya sinusundo kasi I need to copy the notes of the classmate if they have assignment because he will not copy whatever it is written on the board. However, when we started homeschooling, ako na yung pumipigil, anak, tama na, matulog ka na, tama na yan, no? No, parang nagbabago, no? Ngayon, when they receive their books, no, they are excited to and they look forward for the next school year, no? Ang sarap
Mm.
pakinggan as parents, 'di ba?
Mm. Actually, sis, siguro kasi yun nga, nararamdaman din nila na it's not all school, no? It's play, eh. It's an adventure in itself, no? And I know that those homeschool parents who are watching us right now can somehow relate that it's a different kind of really teaching. It's a different kind of education, no? When what they're passionate about is there. It's an ingredient. It's sometimes the main ingredient. What do you want to do today? Uh, what do you feel like, di ba? Hindi ka naman natatanong ng gano'n in school, no? In traditional school. So, and they learn at the same time. So, it's the world now is has evolved, has morphed into this one click and all information you already get, 'di ba? Recipes and how-tos and hobbies. My daughter, grade 8, I was surprised that a few days back she told me, "Mommy, I'm learning Spanish."
Wow.
She just There's a YouTuber yata that she's following, and this encouraged her to learn Spanish. And I said, remember during RCFA clubs, you learned Spanish. You go to your notebook and review those basic Spanish. And then so she's been, this what they explore, what they're excited about. And this is what homeschool also really inculcates, diba, sis? We don't, wherever their interests take them, we support. And yon, we're just here to encourage what they're passionate about and learn from what their heart tells them. That's so amazing.
And I'm sure hindi lang Spanish, no? I'm sure Helene is also learning Korean.
Ay,
Being a BTS girl.
oo, oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm amazed sometimes that sometimes for instance, I have me time, I have time to watch my K-drama now. Paminsan kahit di siya nakatingin, kaya niya yung
Wow.
hindi niya binabasa. Mommy, that's what he
Oo.
said. Oh, ganyan. Oh, galing naman.
Ang galing. So Helene, your daughter also co-authored a book, no, about homeschool. And in the book, she wrote that she was dumbfounded when you asked her if she want to try homeschooling, no? So what were your thoughts? I mean, why did you decide to homeschool your children at that time?
Oo, that time. At that time, they were young. No, she was grade 4, and our son, was grade 2. And I felt that at that stage, that they were, that the pressure, yun talaga yung una sa aking nagpatingin into homeschooling. That pressure that they had wasn't right. Wasn't at the right level. I mean, dapat naman may tension, di ba, sis? Dapat naman may pressure. Dapat may certain stressor, kumbaga, sa kanila bilang mga nag-aaral. But uh, yun, parang at that time for their age, I felt that that wasn't my priority. It was not what they were called to do, no? So I looked into, yeah, no, people like you, you who were in community in our church, and who had had a choice, no, and I had, models and idols in parenting, na and they were homeschooling, and I said, what could this be? No, I will open myself to it. And the more that I discovered it, the more that I learned, I was convinced that parang mas tama siya. Mas tama siya for our season, for this season of our life. I'm not saying that it's for everybody, but it just seemed right during that time, no, for us. And so we tried it. Um, uh, and everybody I talked to, as I said, yung katulad nyo, our mentors were saying, just try it. Just give it a year, no? Wag mong anuhin yung sarili mo, just 1 year, no? And yun nga. After 1 year, another year. After 1 year, sige pa nga. And praise God, one more year, we said yes, enrolled again.
So
Yon.
after 4 years, another 1 year, another 1 year, no? Pero I'm
Sa
sure,
hanggat kaya ko yung math, Coach Nida, kasi ikaw ang magaling sa math. Ako, yon.
so I'm sure yung schedule ninyo looks like different now because Johan is now grade 6, incoming grade 6, and Helene is incoming grade 8. So how does your schedule looks like in a day? I mean, what does homeschooling looks like in the Gogna Academy?
Naks. More of Gogna Gogna garage. This is how our day goes. So, kung ano siya, since multiple levels sila, 'di ba sis, no? I have found through the years na dati kasi parang sige, let's do this. Let's do this all together. Both of you around one big table. And I'm just here. I will 'di ba? I will try to be teaching you both at the same time, no? So, hindi yun nag-work for us. Hindi yun nag-work for us. So, through the years, I have found that when I spend more focused time with each one of them, that works. No, so maybe that's the first thing I will say. The Gogna Academy, the Gogna Garage homeschooling starts first with things that we can do together. So una, we have prayer time together. On Mondays, we raise our flag and sing and have our morning assembly by singing Gabayang Magiliw, ganyan. And then we have prayer time, we have gospel reading time. We watch Brother Bo Sanchez Full Tank, ganyan, and we reflect together. Sometimes there are days when we have Bible verses. So things that we can do together, I start with that. Things where we have common things that we can tackle for both of them, mostly values, ganyan, ganyan, no? What's our theme for the month, like that, no? And discuss that. And then we do in the morning, after mga 1 hour yan, at 11, we do breakouts, no? I focus more on on the younger one, si Johan. Because I find that pag binitawan ko siya kaagad, nawawala na siya. So, I tend to do him first and foremost more in the morning. And Helene, pretty much my junior high school, my grade 8, has a set of work because that's what we have in CFA. So she has her week planned out for her. And for independent time, she plans her week. We plan it together muna on Sundays. Okay, what can you do by yourself? Ganyan, ganyan. And then we just recap at the end of the day where she needs me more, no? And where she needs, I didn't understand this more, mommy, I need help here more, and so I do that. But mostly it's Johan, and then she does independent work in the morning. In the afternoon, it's a variation of things, no? Sometimes we go back after lunch to doing things together again, just to get it parang again, going. And then mostly it's kasi I find that the science in the past year has this recent school year, yung science and math, it's just more in depth for the older one, no? But it's the same, no? Our curriculum was made in such a way that we can do a lot of synchronous, kumbaga, studies. And so I have uh, I have applied that, no, I've used that, no. So yun. So what I should say, what I can advise is for those who are watching right now is siguro some ideas for doing multiple is maybe you can have yun nga have a common time, and then number two, maximize the alone time. Make sure that each child, when they're having independent study, have they each have their parang they can maximize it in such a way that there's visual media, you have YouTube, they can learn from being alone also, kasi it depends on child to child also, because Johan, my kid, si Johan grade 6 is, ewan ko if it's just a boy thing or hindi siya talaga, you can't let him sit through 40 minutes of reading, just reading. Diba? It's different. Some kids can do that, but he
Yes.
can't, no? So I tend to mix it up for him. A lot of kinesthetics, a lot of movements, because he's built that way. And so maximize that. Learn how your child can get the most out of independent study time. But they need it. I really believe they need it. No, and then the next advice is adjust from time to time. So
Ayan na.
have common time, maximize alone time, but adjust from time to time. Never ever say this is it. It's written in stone. Make sure that you can always adjust. Kasi our kids are growing. They're dynamic human beings. There's always choreography and a dynamism, a flow to it. So let it flow. Let it flow. Never be boxed by what you have written or what you have planned. Naku, nakaka-stress lang yun, di ba? Teacher Nida. Parang
Agree.
nakaka Oo, oo, oo. The goals are set. We try to reach them. Praise God if we do. But if we don't, then there's another week. Yun palati ang ano ko. There's
Yeah.
another week. Yun.
Okay, so you mentioned you have to have a common time and then maximize the alone time and then adjust time. I mean, you adjust from time to time, no? I mean, um, since you have two students, no, one in elementary and one in high school, so you need to strategize, no? Hindi pwedeng susugod ka sa gera ng without planning, no? Without any strategies at hand, no? Parang ganon.
That's right. That's right. Yung planning important siya. And because I have grade 8 already, Helene, I would plan with her because she's older, sis. So I find that it's also beneficial. And parang when she has ownership, when she has more investment into, this is how my week will go, I find that she's more invested in it. That she puts more effort into it. She has a firmer resolve to finish what she has planned to do. And yeah, it works, no? And meron pang isa pala, sis, don't forget me time. Ayan. Yan ang isang time. Don't forget me time. Kasi paminsan, you can be all worn out. No, I must say, it can happen, Hindi lang naman ito, for most of us, hindi lang ito yung ginagawa nyo, I'm sure. So make sure that you carve out time for me time and for recharging. Whatever it is that you do. Ito siguro this summer marami tayong nagawang ganyan. So, kumuha tayo ng mga konting ganyan so that we can still have me time over the school year.
Pero how do you schedule your me time? I mean, for let's say for the entire week, do you say to Helene and Johanna, okay, Friday afternoon is my me time, so we need to do everything before my me time, or your me time would follow whatever the kids' schedules are? Paano mo ginagawa?
Oh, wow. Yeah, how do I schedule my me? Kasi sis, I still have work. And so in the week, that is parang one type of me time na for me. And then I have time with my husband, so that's another one. Pero usually, Tuesday and Thursday evenings, ganyan. Usually, alam na nila yan that we have me times, and they can also stay in their own space, have their own me time, no? Parang ganun kami last year. So there are evenings that are precious here. I have LG time with ano, um, and I find that, something that you just do that will, outside of homeschooling, that will enrich your spirit, that will make you connect with yourself. Yeah, anything yan, no? Kahit 1 hour of, 1 hour, maybe 1 hour of reading a book, 1 hour of a hobby that you do, crafting, or anything that will make you focus on the passions naman that you have, because during the day you're already tuned into the passions of your children. So yun, have some time for yourself.
Nakatulong yan sa akin 'no, yung having a me time. So that's why I do biking
Yes,
because when
I'm so amazed, sis. You're my idol talaga.
I mean, hanggang kaya ng tuhod, let's go, let's bike, no? And then, I would see that I have energy even if I'm tired after a whole day of biking. And then when I go home and be with my kids and teach them, I still have energy. So that's me time for me. Or another thing is do uh, what do you call it, hydroponics. So I don't know anything about plants. I'm not a plantita, but there's YouTube Academy. So I was able to get the knowledge. So I was able now to plant some, what do you call it, lettuce and bell pepper. So things like that. So parents, it's very important that we also have me time, or else maloloka tayo. If you
Correct.
only think about homeschooling and our children, no, that's great. And Mommy Lallaine, transitioning from elementary to high school homeschooling is a challenge not only to our children, no, pero sa atin din, parents as well. Kasi some parents would worry that subjects in high school will be a lot harder. Na-mention mo kanina, no, yung math, tapos yung science, baka maraming projects. So how did you prepare yourself in that transition?
It was very helpful, the learning guides that we have in our school, no? It already sets the pace. It gives you the bigger picture already of how what's required, how you will prepare, what are the materials, no? Although for math, because it's really my Waterloo, it's not my strength. So really, I got a tutor for math at the end of the year. No, in the start, ginawa ko talaga, binuno ko yun. Pero pero nung nag-aano na, parang sabi ko, I need help. So, I think that it is really a matter of also knowing your limits, and knowing what you can do. And when it's already outside your 'di ba, your strength, you can always ask help, no? You can always ask help. So that's one thing that when I prepared for high school, uh, I I thought that it was already enough that Helene would, because it was, I felt, ang programming ko, sis, parang mag-ano siya, mag-iisa na siya. High school na siya eh, malaki na siya, no?
Mm, mm.
Oo, medyo nag-ano ako doon, nag-adjust ako doon kasi hindi pala, kasi yung adjustment niya kailangan ko rin siyang i-guide in that sense, no? So I went back, and we sat together, and there were a lot of realizations for me there as a teacher, and not just a parent, no? And I asked help also from my husband in terms of history, because yan passion niya ng husband ko, no? History and math also for my kids. So it was really a juggling, from what is most important is you would always evaluate, no, am I doing it right, no, during we would have homeschool talk, during our dates, no? So what did we do wrong, what did we do right? This is the feedback of the kids, how can we better help them, no? So yun, yung napunta sa kanya yung history, yung araling panlipunan, at saka ano, malaking ano sa akin yun, then kasi then I could plan for the other subjects more, no? And then he would also help me with Johan in the grade school, and so I could focus more, no, one on one with Helene for the others. So yun, and then the tutor came in, and then wag mong akuin lahat, sister, brother, 'di ba? It's uh it's it w- the things that are more essential for you, doon ka mag-focus, no? But then what you could forgo and what is not your strength, make sure that you can surrender it and let it go for the sake of your kids. Yon.
I agree, wag na kayong magpaka-hero, 'no? Know your
Oo.
limits, 'no? Kasi 'yan yung isang, challenges, 'no, ng ibang homeschooling parents. They will do everything, 'no? "Ako ang nanay, I can do it." No, you have also your limitations. And it's not wrong to ask for help. I mean, malay mo meron kang ibang relatives or ibang
Oh,
friends, and you mentioned tutor, no? You can also ask for help from other people. Pero Mami Lallaine, what's your favorite perks because you homeschooled your children?
ay, too many to mention. Nako, perks talagang I love that I can watch my kids. It's just really watch them every step of the way, discover them. The journey of homeschooling is that, you can be there and be fully present, no, in every learning, in every realization, in every discovery, in every aha moment for them. Na experience mo yun. Hindi mo yun matumbasan, eh, no? So, yun pa lang parang ano na ako, eh, parang masasabi ko na, ay, pag nag-teenager siya, pag nag-college siya, pag he goes out, she goes out into the real world, nasabi ko na na-witness ko yon, no? So that's one very, very big perk that I wouldn't trade for anything. So just spending quality time and knowing, uh, and watching them grow, no, maturing um, into God-fearing individuals, no, people who know what to focus on in life, what their values are, knowing how to serve people and God, no. So um, alam mo, ito, share ko, medyo personal ng konti, sis, pero the other night, Helene and I pumunta lang siya sa akin sa kama, gabi na nga, eh, no? And she was saying, Mom, I've been dwelling on something, sabi niya, and I've had friends who have been lonely, no, sabi niya, and I really want to be a friend for them. I don't know how, sabi niya, but I just I don't know. I know I cannot save them, no? But and she was just telling me things about just uh, accompanying this friend and listening to this friend. Zoom lang yung mga conversations nila, sis, chat lang yan, 'di ba? But after that, maybe it was a late night conversation, but I found myself just praying to the Lord. Lord, thank you, thank you that at 13, and when I've heard some friends of mine say that they're really meeting challenges with their teens, but that my daughter can bare her soul to me and open up her heart and just converse to me with the things that she's burdened about, friends that are sad, di ba? Parang nakakaano lang, sis, na sana, Lord, hindi matapos yon, hindi. And I feel that because I was homeschooling, I was able to enter these secret places, no, this, because I was fully present, no, in their education, in a big chunk of what their priorities are for their teen life, na meron din akong access, sa mga ganun, no, sa buhay niya, kasi pupunta na yan sa part na ito na yung stage na peers would be number one. Yung influence niya, hindi na tayo, eh. 'Di ba? It
Yes.
would be peers. And so that I would still have kahit papano an access to that. That's such a great privilege for me. It's a joy that the Lord has given me through this homeschooling journey, and I thank God for that.
I like what you said, no, you were able to enter to these secret places kasi I can relate, no, I can relate to that, Mami Lallaine. My son is, um, ilan taon na ba siya? 16, 17, no? And yet, he can still converse with me. He can pour out his heart. We can talk anything, any
Yeah.
topic at all. Parang hindi siya nagtatago, no? And he is very much willing to let his parents to those secret places. It's because we were able to homeschool them. Parang naka establish na tayo eh, no?
Yeah.
Naka-enter na tayo dun sa first few gates nila, no? So that's why they were able to accept us and let us enter to those secret places that mostly only their friends would know those secret places.
Siguro sis, as the time goes on, meron pa rin sila tayong hindi papapasukin. Eventually, I think, no? Pero tatanggapin ko 'yun. Tapos yung irerespeto ko 'yun, pero ako ang saya ko na kahit papaano, 'di ba, meron akong glimpse nun, 'di ba? Habang kasi feeling ko kahit ang foundation, kahit yung mga usap-usap natin ngayon ay science, ay arts, music, 'di ba? Pero na yung conversing with them has already become a habit, no? A habit, and the spending time with each other is already a way of life, no? In homeschooling, that such that other areas of your life, of their lives in particular, could they could already open up to us in that sense. So yun, that's why last year these friends of mine whom I have encouraged sort of to homeschool, and they have really seen the benefits of it in the same in that same light, no, na ay oo nga, mas naging open kami, mas naging truthful, mas naging madaldal, no, at least for a teen iba yun eh, 'di ba, parang
Yes.
nadaldalan nila tayo. Blessing yun, 'di ba?
It is really a blessing. And hindi lang nakikita natin yung positive sides ng mga kids natin. We also see those things which are not so good. No, let's say if they have this certain situation and they get frustrated, we would see how they would react and we can guide them.
That's right. That's right. Yes. Kasi
And
kitang-kita mo eh, nangyayari sa kanya. Yeah.
that's right. And Helene also mentioned in the book that she is blessed that your family works together as a team. Sabi niya, you pray together in the morning for the grace to finish your goals and school requirements. You help each other understand the lesson. You contribute to each other's projects. So parang everything is a team effort in the Gogna Academy, no? So your bond has really been stronger. So would you say, sis, that homeschooling really helps your family bring out the best of each one of you and lead you closer to God?
Super. Definitely, sis. Definitely. I'm a um, I'm one mom who believes that we should really encourage our kids, no, in everything that they do. I'm sure sa pagmamahal natin sa mga anak natin, pare-pareho tayong ganyan, no? Tayo yung number one cheerleader, tayo ang susuportahan kung kailangang gastusan, di ba sis, no? And so when Johan, our grade 6 boy, said I every night he would pray, I want to become a YouTuber. Ewan ko ba kung saan nila nakukuha yan ngayon, 'di ba? Pero we would, no? Even if we have to be actors sometimes in his YouTube video. Even if we have to, upload apps or, ibig ko sabihin, susuporta mo talaga na todo, no? Gusto daw niya ng eventually magkaroon ng merch. Ano ba yun, no? Ano ba yung merch? Gusto daw niya na magde-design daw siya. Gusto niya na magkaroon ng editing app na ganito, di ba? Susuportahan natin yon, no? So, it has really, and then everybody, even his sister, would say, wow, Johan, it was really nice editing that you did there. That, ganyan, no? And then, Helene, on the other hand, she's now going into also during the summer, went back to her ukulele and just developing her, for singing, no? And so we support her also for that. And then all the things that they can do for the ministry also, of course, it has bonded us together because it continues to let each one of us reveal what our passions are, no? So, ganyan pala siya talaga. Gusto niya talaga yung YouTube na yan, no? Gusto niya talaga yung ping pong na yan. Si Johan, ping pong din, no? So, And so because we are attuned, no, to the goings on in each other's life, we can fully support it, no, we can highlight it, and then the one who is supported feels loved also, and so will in turn invest love and will in turn invest support. So it's really it therefore it bonds us, no, it bonds each and every one of us. And the family, syempre, the family that prays together stays together. The family that plays together. The family that does things together. Yeah, so I should say that the homeschooling journey has enabled our home to really have that tight bond by God's grace. And I know that it may have challenges along the way, and in the future, it won't always be rosy. 'Di ba? But because the foundation is strong and solid, and you get to know each other's quirks and lahat ng mga nangyayari. I think that it's beneficial also in understanding and being compassionate and loving to one another. Yun.
That's right. Parang sa homeschooling, no, wala kang choice kundi maging stronger ang bond ninyo.
Oo, oo,
Kasi kayo yung teacher, kayo yung, I mean, parents would be the teacher, the principal, the cheerleader, the cook, the driver, di ba? So,
lahat.
lahat
Oo.
kayo, no?
Videographer, tagahawak ng 'di ba?
Taga-ilaw.
Todo support talaga. Oh, and those who are watching this program of yours, sis, kung if they're really thinking about it, no, or if they have doubts about it, if the distance, no, I mean, Helene and I, we have a program called Mommy on Facebook, MOMMEPH, no, and eh, what our tagline is, because there should be no space between a mom and her daughter. I think that was one really big thing that happened to our lives is homeschooling, and what it did is really make that space smaller and smaller talaga. um, of course, they need their private space, but you know the the space, the relationships have become richer talaga because of the homeschooling.
And also, maganda rin because she became a gratitude girl
Oo
because of
nga.
that mommy Facebook page, no? Um, I mean, if you think about it, sis, a 13-year-old would be discussing what is she grateful for let's say for this week versus to other teens who would only be thinking of let's say games or any other thing. But ang galing, parang nakakatuwang tingnan for a 13-year-old, no? Good job to you, mommy.
Naku, it's all her. It's her reflection. She would have prayer time and she would have gratitude time. And alam mo yun, tayo naman sis, hindi natin masyadong pinupush yung mga anak natin. Pero siguro nakikita nila, no? Meron tayong mga tinuturo na hindi mo kailangan talagang ituro per se, but they see it, no? And so, they see it in the community, they see it in the families around us.
Okay, tama. I would agree with you, no? There are things that are caught but not taught, no? Nakikita kasi nila kasi nga we are with them 24/7. And the book that we have been mentioning, ito yon, no? The
Yay.
book that Helene co-authored as well is entitled Welcome to My Humble Homeschool: Secrets of Successful Homeschooling Teens. So you can read the inspiring stories of Helene and other homeschooling teens, no? Just like your child, on how they clarify how homeschooling works for them. So this book is packed with encouragement and practical advice. So this will equip you with the information you need to create a sustainable homeschooling plan customized to your child's needs. So Mommy Lallaine, would you like to invite our viewers to get a copy of the book?
Please, please, it is a gift that you will give yourself. Welcome to my humble homeschool. Stories of teens, various stories, iba-ibang kwento, iba-ibang paraan ng pagsusulat, iba-ibang perspektibo. And you know that our teens are also in a journey that is very, di ba? Some would call it tumultuous. Some would call it challenging. It is, and we as homeschooling parents are there to support them. But this is how they have taken their homeschool journey, and this would definitely be uh, a resource for you, an inspiration for you. Welcome to my humble homeschool is filled with stories that will encourage you to go on and just invest in your relationships with your teens. So grab a copy of this. It's a wonderful book, Teacher Nida. Thank you for allowing Helene to co-author this with you. God bless this book and may it reach and the homes who need it the most and spread the grace and love of God in terms of homeschooling.
Amen. That's the main goal of this book, no, to help other homeschooling teens, especially those the parents of high school children, no. So thank you, Mommy Lallaine, for sharing your time. I know maraming ganap sa buhay, but you said yes to this interview. Thank you so much.
I am so blessed to be here. Thank you so much, Teacher
Thank you,
Nida.
and
Take care of my teen.
thank you as well for the confidence. And parents, I know that there is a good chance that this coming school year, like all the others, will be messy and fun, frustrating or interesting, loving and ugly and good. There will be some mistakes, but I know that both you and your children will survive. So God bless you on your new school year. Bye mga ka-homeschool. See you on the next episode. Thank you again, sis. God bless.